I'm just not interested in you anymore. And just like that, it's over. Well, maybe not exactly, but it can be. And some disorganized attachment styles, aka FA, fearful avoidant, sometimes they can train themselves to end things. What do they need in order to maintain a relationship? They need a guarantee. Are there any guarantees in life? No, but there are people who get that guarantee and they stay married for 50, 60, 70 years. If they feel like they can't get that guarantee, then they're going to figure out how to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle until they wiggle themselves out of it. Like you're trying to empty a burnt pan of its cake. Kind of like that. So I'm done. I'm not interested anymore. They could make that statement and they might mean it and they may not mean it. But it's a clue that they're about to ruin a relationship, a potentially amazing relationship. Recently heard someone say that disorganized attachment style or fearful avoidant is a derivative of avoidant, dismissive avoidant. And I think that could be true, or it's worth examining if that's true, because the other half of them is the anxious attachment style. So it kind of depends. And I did a video, don't know if I've put it out yet, saying that women tend to lean more towards anxious and men lean more towards avoidant when they have a disorganized attachment style. However, they have both of those things in them at their disposal. So that can make it tricky. Disorganized attachment style has way more charisma. Sorry, dismissive avoidance. A deeper understanding of people, or at least they try to have a deeper understanding of people because they want to figure you out so that they don't get hurt. And probably somewhere in their childhood, they had to figure out the adults around them just so they could make it through the day and find some semblance of peace. So this person kind of knows how to work different people. And I think it adds a layer of charisma and charm that an avoidant is just going to crawl deeper and deeper into a hole and then totally retreat until there's not a lot of personality left, which, if you want me to be mean to dismissive avoidant, which might not be nice, I could say you're disillusioning yourself if you think that people want you because you're so amazing. It's because you are rejecting them that they want you, because there's not a lot to the personality of that type. Now, maybe they show some when there's no romantic relationship involved, but romantically speaking, they sort of fade into crumbs. So what are you attracted to anyway? They're not really giving you anything except for a bunch of rejection. So disorganized attachment style can tap dance in the field of dismissive avoidance. So when they come at you with, I'm just not interested anymore, I'm not in love with you anymore, it means I have finally figured out how to get back to my safe space so that I'm not ruminating about you all day long. I'm not freaking out. I'm not clingy. And I hate that clingy, needy side of myself. And so I've figured out how to get strong enough to escape. They could have seen the word jilt on a TV screen, and that could be the trigger. They could say, jilt. Why am I seeing that word? What does jilt mean? People used to jilt people at the altar, which means that somebody got stood up. Do I want to take that risk? This guy could jilt me. This woman could jilt me. I'm not taking that chance. I'm not going to be the one feeling like a fool, because I can't stand that feeling of instability. I don't like being rejected. So I'm going to reject you before you can reject me, because that feels much better. And I don't trust my anxious side, because if you reject me first, anxious side might come out and start acting embarrassingly stupid. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word. But they don't like the way their anxious side acts. Or it's like, I'm clingy, I'm dreamy, I feel needy, I want you, I miss you, I'm not quite getting enough from you, I'm not getting enough depth or intensity, or there's a chance that you don't like me, or do you still like me? I don't know. I just need to talk to you. I need to be around you. Where are you? What excuse can I make so that we can be together and so that we can talk? And so what problem can I create for you to solve? They don't really understand that side of themselves, and they feel like it's setting them up to look like a complete fool where they call you 100 times in one day. So rather than push through and handle that side of them that could make them potentially look like a fool, even though your relationship could be going just amazingly great, and they have really no good solid reason to delve into that lane other than they saw the word jilt and they thought, oh no, that could be me. Let me act it out before we even get there. That's how they start to ruin and sabotage relationships. Kind of like you're flirting with each other. You know you're having really strong feelings for each other. Why? You don't know. You're just really feeling each other, really something strong, right? But they may have a moment where they say, I'm done, not interested. I'm worn out from these ruminating thoughts of dreaming about you, lusting after you, fantasizing about you, hoping, you feel like you're the one. It feels like that person is the one, like you don't remember ever having these kind of feeling. It's strong. Rather than risk it all and getting in too deep, they may have that pullback reaction and say, I'm out and I'm going to stick with it because I can't do this. Might tell themselves things like, oh, look at him. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying hooking and reeling me in. But now I feel like he's getting strength because he feels like I got her right where I want her. She's starting to fall really hard for me, and I'm enjoying this. So I can kind of step back, play games, but the person might not even be playing any games. They might be a secure attachment style, and they're not playing weird games. They're actually being sturdy, stable, honest, fair. I'm having strong feelings for you. By saying I'm not interested anymore, it puts them back in the control seat. And that's where your disorganized attachment style feels most comfortable. They want to be in the driver's seat, not the back seat. They don't want you steering. They want to steer. Even if they're a female, they have to kind of let go of the reins, traditionally speaking, because I think different people need to play different roles in order to make things work. Otherwise, if you're in an organization and everyone is the boss, then you're going to have 1,000 different directions that you're going in, correct? So at least biblically speaking, we like to say the man is the leader. Doesn't mean he beats you or abuses you or does things with the finances that are crazy and corrupt and could render you homeless. It doesn't mean that. It means that you're leading with dignity and honesty and with the best intentions in mind. So that could leave a female disorganized attachment style scrambling and feeling a little weird because it's like I'm waiting for you to lead and steer and move the train, but I kind of want to be in control of it. So you have to kind of learn how to be in control while he's driving the train. You can do things to make it steer in the direction that you want it to go. You just have to learn how to do that, not in a game playing way, but in a respectful, seductive, sweet, alluring way. But if they don't feel in control, like the opposite of that would be out of control, where I could get hurt, I could get rejected, he doesn't seem as interested as he once was. Well, let me get off the train before he does. So they're not big risk takers when it comes to relationships. And they're not good at taking risk or risking rejection. But I think that's a part of a relationship, is you have to keep trying different things. But they can start feeling like, okay, I've got these rules that I'm going by, and I'm getting kind of tired of following these rules. Why can't I just be myself? But is anybody completely themselves in a relationship? All of this might sound cold and callous, but the truth is they do worry a lot about the other person. So it doesn't mean that they don't really care. What I'm trying to say is, if they're having one of their avoidant style freakouts where they want to escape from the relationship, it doesn't mean that they don't worry about the impact that that will have on the person they're in a relationship with, or that they're dating and getting to know. They will feel deep pain for what they could possibly be doing to that other person. That is definitely a huge concern, because they want that other person to be okay, because they know that they're having a reaction that might not make any sense. But they might also be afraid to just have a discussion with the other person and say, this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm kind of freaking out. I think that might be something they need to do. It's a very confusing attachment style to be in, because they can feel like they are deeply, madly, crazy in love with somebody and it's the wrong person, but they still have some level of loyalty to that person. They also enjoy the person really liking them. That feels so good, that this person who I like actually likes me back. They have strong feelings for me. They are pursuing me. If it's the man and it's the woman being pursued, that feels incredible. It feels amazing. It's intoxicating. It feels good to be wanted. It's actually a fantastic way to make a woman feel very safe in a relationship, is when the man is pursuing her. It provides a sense of security and safety. And especially if she likes you and you like her, it's the best. Let's say things are going super well for both of you, and the person who's not disorganized attachment style starts to open up and say truths. And these truths could be small things, like, you open up the refrigerator a lot, but I like it closed. I'm coming up with something silly. And that sense of honesty is a great thing. And I think disorganized attachment style can make people feel very safe to open up and be themselves, because they know what it feels like to be triggered and freaked out. And so they know how to make people feel safe. They just have to trust that their inner gut feeling. But some of the person's honesty, like, I'm not going to be coming over here every day because I got to go to work too early in the morning, but I'll see you on the weekend. Something like that, the person could mean no harm at all. And it triggers disorganized attachments to start thinking, he doesn't like me as much as he used to. He's not as attracted. He could leave me very easily. He doesn't feel as bonded as I do to him. I better start pulling away because he could become disinterested, and I don't want that to happen, but just in case, because I can't handle it, I'm feeling so strong. And see, now they're going to start acting out and playing games and introduce turmoil into the relationship because they're being triggered, and it's unfair. They need to step back. They need to touch bases with someone that they trust and say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think about how she said this or how he said that? Do you think that warrants me pulling back? Not only do they feel a trigger, but at the same time, the person is offering security and stability And it's going so smoothly that disorganized attachment could convince themselves that I'm not really in love with this person. Why did I think I was in love with them? Do I really feel that attached? Because everything is going so smoothly and so well, they can't feel how they really feel because there's no turbulence. So they can start convincing themselves to get out of a terrifically healthy relationship because the person feels comfortable being honest about certain things, not hurtful, just honest. And the person is also so stable, which is what they crave and they need, but they can start not feeling what they really feel and convince themselves, the safe thing to do is to exit stage left. And so they may pull back and say, I'm done with this. I'm not interested anymore. But they still play the quote unquote game where they're kind of pretending to be in it, but they've sort of checked out. So it's like they're kind of playing both sides of the fence just in case. Just in case this person proves that I'm steady, I'm stable, and they may really like the attention that they're getting from this person that they think is gorgeous or handsome. The sad thing is the other person, let's say neither of them are in a relationship. They're both single and free. And the person, this organized attachment style, decides, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore because I don't like all the feelings that I'm feeling that I can't control. And I don't know quite where we stand. I mean, you're acting like you really love me and like me, but then there are times when I feel like, I don't know, does he or does she? Are they going to stick around? So they could start to sabotage a perfectly good relationship because they're always on the prowl looking for clues that it may not work. Disorganized attachment styles often reflect a combination of insecurity and fear in relationships. When someone with this attachment style expresses disinterest after being deeply in love, it can stem from various factors. Number one, fear of intimacy. They might struggle with vulnerability and fear getting too close, leading them to push away someone they care about when the relationship becomes more intense. Two, mixed emotions. They may experience conflicting feelings about love and connection, causing them to vacillate between wanting closeness and feeling overwhelmed by it. Three, past trauma. Previous experiences, especially in childhood, can shape their view of relationships. If they associate love with pain or loss, they might withdraw as a defense mechanism. 4. Communication issues. They might struggle to express their feelings appropriately, leading to sudden declarations of disinterest as a way to cope with their emotional turmoil. So, understanding that these reactions can be driven by deep-seated fears and emotional patterns can help in navigating relationships. So, navigating a relationship with someone who has a fearful avoidant attachment style can be a journey filled with ups and downs. So, I want to share with you some common behaviors that might come up and some gentle ways to approach them. So, what disorganized attachment style might do. Number one, push-pull dynamics. They may swing between wanting closeness and needing space. This can create confusion and hurt feelings. Number two, mixed signals. Their affection may feel inconsistent, leading to uncertainty about where you stand in the relationship. 3. Fearful responses. When faced with intimacy, they might retreat or react defensively, which can seem like they're shutting down emotionally. 4. Difficulty trusting. They may struggle to fully trust you, leading to jealousy or insecurity. So what you can do instead, number one, open communication. Create a safe space where both of you can express feelings openly. And that could be a little scary to FA because what are you going to say? Share your thoughts and encourage them to share theirs without judgment. 2, patience and understanding. Recognize that their behaviors are often rooted in past experiences. Offer gentle reassurance as they navigate their emotions. 3. Consistency. Be a steady presence in their life. Showing that you're reliable can help build their trust over time. 4. Encourage vulnerability. Gently invite them to share their fears and insecurities. Let them know it's okay to be vulnerable with you and that you're there to support them. And just remember, love is a journey, and with compassion and understanding, you can create a nurturing environment that fosters growth for both of you. So, fearful, avoidant individuals often find themselves in a complex emotional dance when it comes to relationships. So, I want to give you some reasons why they might choose to stick around even when they struggle with intimacy. Number 1, desire for connection. Deep down, they yearn for love and connection, but may be afraid of it. The warmth and compassion can be compelling enough to keep them engaged. 2, hope for change. They may hold on to the hope that their feelings will evolve or that their partner will provide the safety and security they crave over time. 3, familiarity. Even if the relationship is challenging, the comfort of familiarity can outweigh the fear of the unknown. Leaving might feel more daunting than staying. 4, emotional bonds. They can form strong emotional attachments even while grappling with their fears. These bonds can be a powerful motivator to remain in the relationship. 5, seeking support. Sometimes they may stay in the hopes of receiving understanding and support. The right partner can help them feel safe enough to explore their feelings. 6, growth opportunities. They might recognize that being in a relationship can be a pathway for personal growth and healing, even if it feels scary at times. Understanding these motivations can help create a sense of a nurturing environment that encourages their growth and fosters a deep connection. With patience, empathy, both partners can work together to navigate the complexities of their relationships. So, what do you think are some signs or some things that can impact a relationship with disorganized attachment? And do you think that they ruin relationships for no reason? Tell us about it in the comments. Subscribe, like the video if you want to see more like it, and check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. It's written from a disorganized attachment styles point of view, trying to get a grip on some areas of love that are important to having a really healthy one. And I also wrote a book called The Workplace NaRCISSiST about narcissistic people who are very elite and that you can end up in relationships with. And I love studying Myers-Briggs. My personality type is an ENFJ. You can read all about it and all 16 Myers-Briggs types from ENFJ with Love by Tamara Hunter Zyon. And I'll put the links in the description box so that you can get your copy. And I love that you guys chose to hang out with me. Let me know in the comments what videos you want me to make, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.